Mopay na aga, maayong buntag, and good morning everyone. Welcome back to another vlog, and as promised, I'm gonna upload a new nursing video, and this one is going to be about the NMC updates. Okay guys, so as promised, this is another nursing video. It's been a while since I uploaded a nursing video. I think the latest one is not really related to nursing but somehow related to living in the UK, and it was about the accommodation here in the UK. So this time, it is going to be about the NMC updates. So I thought, why not start our nursing contents again with the latest NMC updates. But before that, I would like to say thank you so much guys. We have reached 700 subscribers. Well, more than 700 subscribers. So thank you so much. Confetti. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I hope you continue subscribing and watching my videos. And to those who are new in this channel, my name is Rona. I basically upload anything under the sun, but lately I've been uploading all contents related to nursing. So I hope these videos or the videos that I have uploaded before will be helpful to those aspiring nurses to work here in the UK. Right, we need to be in the center. Suddenly I feel lonely just because I was meant to shoot this video with a friend of mine, but unfortunately this morning I suffered from a headache and we had to postpone all the plans. But then you will be able to find out sooner who they were supposed to be, because I am planning still to shoot a video with them. Maybe a challenge video next time, but for now it'll just have to be me first. Alright, so before we start guys, I just want to make things clear that whatever I say about the NMC updates or changes, it will just be based on my opinion and my own understanding. So I might be saying something wrong. Feel free to correct me, and also if you have any questions on the updates and you want me to go in depth on the details about it, let me know and I'll be researching. The reason why I decided to give you the NMC updates is that I'm pretty sure that there are viewers out there that hasn't really read the updates. Why? Because just like me, I really didn't know that the NMC had a few changes, because I'm not really the type to go onto their website, check updates from time to time. But then one of my friends, shout out to Esther, she's been commenting a lot about it and it actually catched my attention, so I had to check and I found out that there is really an update provided by the NMC. I hope this will be beneficial guys. If you want to know further about it, just click on the NMC website and I'm gonna put it right here in the description box down below. So click it. So first, what does NMC stand for? NMC means Nursing and Midwifery Council. So basically, here in the UK, they are the licensing body who regulates everything about nurses and midwives. The second thing is, what were the updates that the NMC had already before? So one of their updates was regarding the OSCE reset policy. So about the OSCE reset policy, basically they said before that the candidates now only have to resit the part of the OSCE that they failed. So this is a good thing guys, because before when you fail something you have to take everything, and now at least you can just focus on the area where you had a mistake in and just increase your chances of passing the next time you take it. Next change that they had already was about the improved preparation materials. They say that they've aligned OSCE preparation materials across their 3 test sites, produced top tips for candidates, and introduced a mock examination and marking criteria to support candidates preparing for the OSCE examination. To be honest, I didn't really know about this actually until now, so that's really good, because at least this time the candidates can practice beforehand, because in our case before we really did not have any clue on how the exam will run. But it's an advantage for you guys who's going to take the OSCE soon. Another one is a reduced cost. So they've already changed the CBT cost from 130 to 90 pounds. The full cost of the OSCE from 992 to 794 pounds. That's quite a lot of money. And the receipt cost of the OSCE from 496 to 397 pounds. So just do the converting guys, because the currency changes from time to time. But that's actually a lot of savings. And also another change that they've had before was the updated English language requirements. So they now accept overall score of 7 on the IELTS, which is the International English Language Test System, and a minimum of 6.5 in writing and a minimum of 7 in listening reading and speaking. This is actually good because before it was really higher and it was the same for all the subjects under the IELTS exam. And they've also removed the 12 months post-registration experience requirement. This one I knew already before, and I've been telling you guys that this is good news. However, for taking the OSCE exam, it's a bit of a disadvantage. That is, in my own opinion, because you need to actually know the word setting to have greater chances or increased chances of actually passing the OSCE. But by all means, if you're really good in practical while you were still in school, it's good. It's an advantage. Now that we've discussed the past changes that the NMC did or announced, now we'll go through the latest updates or what they will be changing. So again guys, what I'm reading right now is based on the official link of NMC. So if you want to find out and read for yourselves, I'm gonna put the link in the description box down below. First change is that they're moving their online application form into NMC Online to make it more straightforward to apply, and candidates will get their own NMC Online account where they'll be able to track their application's progress throughout. That's actually nice because it is one of the hassle when you sort out your documents for coming to the UK, getting the forms, downloading them, making sure that your school or your previous employer fills them out properly, including the licensing body in your country, and then you have to wait for them to actually send it over, and the waiting time is really heartbreaking, especially when you're on a no-go, thinking that your important documents are traveling and you're not sure whether they will arrive properly or something will happen in between. So it's really, how do you describe it? Like, it's really, you know what I mean, while waiting for this process. So as I understand their statement, they said that instead of having to do this, the candidates will just have an online account, and probably, I assume they can just upload online the documents, which is actually really good. Next one is the Streamlined Requirements. So the first one under this category, identity. Candidates under the new process will need to provide a valid passport, evidence of name changes if relevant. I think this is really basic, and everyone else, when you're applying for a job, of course, you need to know if that person is actually the person they are saying they are. So this is really basic. I don't think there's any changes to this. Under the current process, candidates are required to provide their birth certificate as well. So that's very basic, that's very standard. I don't think this is a change, to be honest. Am I wrong? Because I'm pretty sure I also sent them this. But anyways, we can now proceed to qualification. So for qualification, candidates under the new process will need to provide a qualification certificate for each part of the register that they are applying for, rather than full transcripts and a form to accompany the transcript of training. I'm not sure if I understand it correctly, but I think this is good. Well, they're saying that rather than getting full transcripts and a form to accompany the transcript of training, all they need really is just the certificate to make sure that you are a nurse, or you can get the qualification of a nurse when you reach UK. Let's read the next change. Registration. Registration in a candidate's country of training is no longer a prerequisite for entry into the UK register. This brings overseas candidates in line with the UK application process. There's additional statement here saying that if they're registered or have been before, will ask for confirmation from their relevant regulator, and if they haven't been registered, will ask for confirmation from both their training institute and the relevant regulator that the qualification would lead to registration to the equivalent part of the register they are applying for. Under the current process, candidates are required to provide certification from each country they have been registered. Right, so I think I remember this. My friend again, Esther, posted about this, and I'm pretty sure I understand, or my understanding is the same thing. So basically, you don't need to become a licensed nurse anymore, like for example in the Philippines, to come here to work in the UK, as long as you provide relevant confirmation from your training institute. So as long as you show them that you are a graduate of the course of the bachelor's degree in nursing, for example in the Philippines, and your qualification or your registration can lead to a licensed registration here in the UK, they are now accepting it. I don't know what to feel or what my opinion about this is here. I think it's good for those people who do not really pass nursing, because at least they are given another chance to prove themselves, and they are given another chance to actually practice their course, especially if they love the job. We shouldn't really judge them in terms of why they haven't passed the exam, because everyone deserves a second chance. So I think on that side, it's a good thing. The other thing is, what I'm only thinking is really on the practical side. And again, guys, this is from my point of view only. I'm just being honest and frank, because if you haven't really been practicing nursing, like for example, again, in the Philippines, basically because you don't have the license there, your nursing skills must have been declining over the years, and the probability of you passing the exam when you come in here is not going to be that great. However, if you study again, and the fact that you work hard for it again, who knows? I mean, everything is possible. And as I always say in this video or in this channel, that if others can, you also can. So that's my opinion on it. What do you think, guys? Let me know. Next is about health. Candidates under the new process will be asked to declare whether they're capable of safe and effective practice. This might include where they have a health condition and or disability that is being managed. If a candidate declares a health condition that is being managed, they'll ask for a supporting declaration from either their medical practitioner, occupational health department, and under the current process, all candidates are required to provide a good health declaration from their medical practitioner. Again, I think this is one of the standards or the basic requirements. It is really important that you provide a declaration that you're in good health. I don't think this is something that really has to be removed, or I really think that it is important that you declare your health condition when you come here in the UK. They would be able to help you out when you come in here. And the important thing really is, because you are a nurse, you need to make sure that health-wise, you are safe or good enough to look after other people as well. Next is character. Candidates under the new process will be asked to provide a supporting declaration about their character. If they haven't been registered, they will be asking for a supporting declaration from the most recent regulator. If they're registered, they will ask for a supporting declaration from the current or recent regulator, which I think is telling us the same thing. And in this instance, and for those who have never held regulation, they'll need to provide supporting character declaration. They have also aligned police clearance requirements with UK visa and immigration requirements. I have nothing to say as well against character. I mean, even before, when we were sorting out our documents, we've been asked about a lot of character references, not only for the school. Even when we were already here in the UK, they had to follow up on more character references. So this is no news for me. Just provide the requirements. Next is language. There's no change to the English language requirements. So they said there's no change. Actually, for the language, I've heard that they don't require UKVI IELTS anymore. As long as you pass an English test, they would accept it. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know, guys, because my friend has been uploading posts about it. Let's look for the link. Okay, guys, so in terms of language, I've seen my friend post something about the UKVI not being required anymore for coming here in the UK. However, while I'm looking at the NMC website, I haven't seen posts that they have confirmed this. I might be wrong. If you find the post, guys, let me know. But all I know right now is that you still need the IELTS or OET or the occupational English test. They are still required, especially for your visa and your registration. But I'm gonna look further on it. I mean, I'm gonna look further on what they say about not needing UKVI anymore. I have confirmed this with one of my colleagues here in the UK already, but then I wanna just show you proof that it is officially updated or it is officially released by NMC, but I couldn't find anything, so I don't want to really talk about it or give you wrong info for now. So we'll just proceed on the other updates. Next is the improved guidance and support. So basically, they're really just changing their website so that there's more support for the candidates, and they're creating a pre-application checklist for candidates to check how ready they are to apply, which is really nice. I mean, anything that would actually help our lives become easier is always a good thing, right? And the last is the new test of competence. Let's see, early in 2020, we're launching a new test of competence in line with our future nurse standards. Ooh. The company that is designing the new test will produce oration materials to help candidates prepare. This is actually interesting. We are also creating a new assurance panel to oversee the quality and consistency of the test. This will be made up of a group of experienced nurses, midwives, and other health and care professionals. This is actually interesting. We don't know if the new test of competence will be much harder. Are they gonna add it up to the current test of competence, which is the CBT and OSCE? Or are they gonna change the other one and just use this one? We're not sure. And when I read that there will be a new assurance panel, I think they're going to be more strict. But then again, we're not sure. So we better watch out for this, guys. Early in 2020. What do you think? Will it be first half? Second half? After reading the future changes of NMC, I've read an article which says that this would be coming into effect in October 2019. So guys, this is going to take effect next month, so this is really important. One of the changes that they have mentioned is that they are moving from a paper to an online application system from the 7th of October that provides applicants with a personal account to track their progress instantly. This is good news, guys, because again, I think I've read it before. It's easier when you can actually just upload everything online, isn't it? Rather than actually thinking, where the heck is my documents going? Or is it safe? Has it arrived? So at least this one, you can do it online and you can track it quicker. The next one is streamlined requirements to confirm a candidate's competence. For example, instead of asking for training transcripts, the NMC will confirm they hold the qualification that will lead to registration in their home country. Again, it is what I mentioned before. So basically, you don't need to be a registered nurse in the Philippines as long as your qualification will allow you to become a registered nurse here in the UK. This is actually interesting. Let's see how the outcome will be, or what the outcome will be in this coming years after these changes take effect. Next one is a redesigned guidance page on the NMC website, including easy read guidelines and a new pre-application checklist. Yes, that's the latest one I've read before. So it's always good to have an easier way to actually submit your application, to actually make sure that you are suitable for the job and you have accomplished all the requirements. So a pre-application checklist would really be beneficial. And the last one is a further reduction in the cost of the computer-based test that overseas nurses, midwives, and nursing associates must take to work in the UK. So the CBT, or the computer-based test, will now be reduced from £90 to £83 from the 1st of October. That is a 36% reduction since the 30th of March 2019. Good news, guys. I think this is just one sign that the UK is definitely still in need of nurses. So for those students that are still on their first year, second year, third year, just be positive. It doesn't mean that by the time you graduate, the UK has already been filled up with enough nurses. No, that's not right, guys. The UK is in dire need of more nurses. So this is good news. This is just a sign that there's still hope for those aspiring to work here in the UK. Okay, guys, so what I just read so far is also news to me. So whatever I mentioned or whatever I said, don't take it personally, or it is just really from my own opinion and nothing has influenced me to say anything. But then, yeah, it is news actually. Some of it are really good. I'm happy that at least for those aspiring to work here in the UK, you now have more chances of winning. No, charot. You now have an increased chance to actually be able to comply to their requirements, because it appears to be a bit easier now in terms of the changes that they've said, and also a lot cheaper now. Above everything in this changes, all I want to say is that just really make sure that you comply with the requirements. Make sure you comply with them, study hard for the exam so you pass straight away when you come in. Always believe that nothing is impossible. I'm starting to promote like a common theme in this channel, which is really what we've been saying even before, and that is to think that if other nurses can, and not only the nurses, if other people can, you also can. So there you have it. If you like this video, hit thumbs up, comment down below if you want to tell me something, say anything, or suggest anything. And I hope this NMC updates video is actually beneficial to you guys, because as I said, this is also news to me. Some of the info that I just read is also my first time finding out There you go. Salamat sa pagkita. See ya!